Hey everyone, I'm Nina Parvesh. I'm an architect and the founder of Concept.me, an architecture and interior design studio. Today, I'm gonna take a look at the incredible interior design and architecture of the show Succession. Succession has been one of my favorite series for the past few months. Not only because the interiors and the architecture are just fantastic and total eye candy for whoever is in the industry, but also because I feel I work in the middle of the Middle Eastern version of Succession as a designer in Dubai. The production design is so well done and up there that to me the interior decor is as important as one of the main characters on the show. I really want to take you through my favorite rooms and show you all the gorgeousness and attention to detail. So let's start with the OG himself, Logan Roy, and his luxurious Upper East Side Manhattan duplex apartment. The tone of the show is set immediately in episode 1 of the first season when the elevator doors open and we get our first glimpse into the life of this dysfunctional and powerful family. First of all, just having an elevator in New York City that leads straight into an apartment is a huge statement. Also, is it really just an apartment? It's definitely not. We start with a view of the impressive entrance hall, which is the core of the duplex. The first thing that grabs my attention is the impressive black and white marble flooring executed perfectly in an Art Deco pattern. It is actually really hard to execute such pattern because of the complex cutting list the designer has to come up with and the selection of the slabs themselves that must be perfect. What I like about this entrance hall personally is that it's decorated to perfection with subtle artwork, antique consoles, vintage table lamps that come in perfect symmetry. They fulfill the purpose of what an entrance of such high standard residential spaces should be without being too overpowering. But my favorite part of this entrance hall is definitely the majestic marble clad staircase leading to the second floor. Once again, the simplicity of it is actually quite deceptive. The wrought iron Art Nouveau handrail is a work of art itself, with very distinctive gold-tipped arrows that gives us a clear indication on the design direction of the whole apartment. The touch of gold leaf in between the black painted iron reflects the marble flooring itself and adds a layer of luxury to the entrance. The second element that I appreciate the most is the transitional space that leads to the formal living space. The arched entryway is fully cladded with moldings from floor to ceiling that really mark the passage to the formal space. The attention to detail is great here. The square moldings of the arched ceiling, for example, match the square patterns of the marble. You can clearly see how much thought was put into the production design in order to reflect and match real-life high-end interior design. Now we move into the formal guest living room. What I love about this room is the layout and the perfect symmetry. 2 cream color mid-century couches facing each other and 2 complementary seats that are not blocking the impressive Manhattan views through the 3 arch windows softly decorated with American sliding curtains. Both the window design and the double glass door leading to the family sitting area echo the geometric design approach. If you notice, everything in the room comes in pairs, even the plants, which is a classic approach when it comes to such design styles. The rug, perfectly sized, encapsulates the whole sitting area and creates a beautiful contrast with the American walnut herringbone parquet. I can't help but notice the pattern of the ivory shade rug, which once again recalls the square pattern of the entrance hall. In terms of color palette, the room showcases a very clean and tone-on-tone scheme combined with inserts of gold metallics and pops of pastel colors in the accessories and the oversized enamel table lamps. The walls are cladded with white pepper colored French paneling and set the perfect backdrop for the complementing sideboard pieces and the subtle artwork. Ultimately, what I love about this production design and art direction is how all the elements combine to illustrate the function of the room itself. To me, it feels like the room sets a boundary to the rest of the space, showing you just enough without revealing everything. And as we know, most of the drama takes place behind closed doors in the other rooms. The last room I want to talk about today is the family sitting room or study. I immediately noticed that this setup is way less formal and much more intimate. The fact that the layout includes a desk and a TV cabinet emphasizes that feeling. In terms of the furniture, it transitions from mid-century to comfortable contemporary American style, but nonetheless, it's surrounded by eye-catching gallery pieces. The organic shaped chaise longue, the noticeable Gobelin antique tapestry, and the Burl veneer desk are standout pieces in the room and counterbalance the casual aura of the sofa and armchair. I really feel that without them, the room will not belong to someone of Logan's stature and background. The artwork itself, showcasing a mix between classic and contemporary, not only proves that the Roys are avid art collectors, but also lends this room a soul. Without them, this study will feel very cold and almost naked. The plain rug and the transition from curtains to Roman blinds clearly indicates that this is more of an everyday room where more important family matters can be discussed. In terms of color palettes, we see similar tones carrying over from the other room with beige and off-whites dominating the space. But the main takeaway I have is the lack of any colorful accent pieces. This lends itself to a more relaxing room without as many distractions. Instead of those pops of colors, the room is covered with a dual-tone French paneling to add that bit of interest, as well as some Empire-era ornaments that actually tie together perfectly with the arrow detail we'd notice on the hall staircase. It just blows my mind how everything is so perfectly considered with such phenomenal attention to detail. Especially since this is a TV show where most people probably wouldn't even notice such details, but they definitely make an impact. Once again, the coffered ceiling pattern recalls the marble flooring in the hallway and the archway to the former living room. The room is illuminated by what appears to be a crystal baccarat chandelier, and by the way, this cost around $70,000. The complementary furniture reflects the elevated stature of the family, representing Manhattan's elite. Design experts will definitely appreciate the details in the small glass coffee table, the side table which is micro-sized, the vintage mirror probably sourced in an antique shop, and the sculpture above the monolithic marble stand. All these elements carry a significant price tag and are meant to suggest status rather than bling. They appear to be curated pieces from a gallery, almost as if a designer genuinely handpicked them for a high-end home rather than for set design purposes. All in all, it's design-oriented, it's curated, it has a soul, it's perfect. Do I keep going? Because I could literally go on for 5 hours about those 3 rooms. Okay. I think I've spoken more than enough for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. And if there is any interior design on a TV show or a movie that you think I should break down next, just let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm off to watching more Succession on my couch.